Is my screen visible, guys? Can someone please confirm?
Yes, it's visible.
No, great. Okay, so I was talking about diagnose and solve problems. Make sure you utilize this section completely. Where is it? I'll again show it to you. You go to virtual machine. As of now, I'm talking about virtual machine, but you will see this section in almost every resource. Wait storage, wait load balancer, uh, wait key vault. Wherever you go, you will see this section, and this is very helpful and useful, guys. So click here and you will see common problems. Whatever problems we face, common problems you'll see here. So cannot connect to VM. Very frequently asked question. Cannot connect to VM. What will you do? Let's click on troubleshoot. And you can refer this in your interview as well. You can say to your interviewer that, yes, I used to go to diagnose and solve problem and I used to take help. So which machine are we facing the problem with? This is the machine I'm saying, okay. What is the problem? I cannot connect to. Problem type, cannot connect to my VM. Problem subtype, failure to connect using RDP. Next. Look at this, how detailed information it gives. Resolve connection issues with VM machine, connectivity failures. Look at this. Reset NIC. Now, what is it recommending? The steps. Now, understand, guys, all these steps, if you speak in your interview, it will be flawless. That if I face some problem, uh, while connecting to VM, what I used to do, we used to reset NIC, used to try connecting, we used to redeploy. If that doesn't work, so you can look at this. It is asking the IP address. Which IP address are you attempting from? तो यहाँ पर आपका public IP address आएगा. Let me check what is my public IP. Guys, please start going through or reading your networking sessions. We'll start network from next week, because I am not able to continue with many topics because network section is not covered, right? So please make sure you start reading networking and watch all the videos this week. Okay, I have put my IP that is IP से I am unable to connect, I am unable to take RDP to this machine. ठीक है, ये trouble shooting हम यहाँ पर कर रहे हैं. So what is it showing next? What port number? Obviously 3389. What error message I'm getting, or what is it? What RDP error message you see when you RDP to, so you can ask this to your client. Okay, so let's say this error I'm getting. We are not troubleshooting here, guys. I'm trying to explain it to you how useful this section is. Now look at this. What is it recommending? How to troubleshoot the RDP issues. It is recommending the other details, right? So it gives you more and more and more options. Look at this. Are you trying to connect to public IP, private IP, Azure Bastion? So I'll say private IP. Though I'm using public, but I'll say private IP. See, it is taking questions from you, then it is providing solutions. Same thing you should do for your users, for your customers, or you can at least explain this in your interview. So we are targeting for implementation engineer, guys. The role which we are targeting, which we are preparing for, it's not the support role. Implementation engineering role we are targeting, where you get the low level diagram from architecture team, जहां पर वो लोग सब कुछ क्लाइंट से डिस्कस करते हैं डिटेल वगैरह, एंड देन दे कम अप विद द लो लेवल डायग्राम. क्या होता है जिसमें काफी डिटेल में चीजें होती है. One is a high level diagram which is called HLD, right? Your solution architect team works on that. They get it from their client. Based on that document, based on those documents, and based on meetings with client, your architect team will draft a detailed IT infrastructure for your client. It takes 3 months, 6 months, right? कितने मशीन्स हो गए, क्या होगा, किस तरह का नेटवर्क होगा, एटसेट्रा, बट दे जस्ट design it, they don't implement it. Then as an implementation team, it comes to you. You get that through via ticket or email, etc. But that's how you guys will be working, or that is what we are targeting for you. Implementation engineer, where you can deploy those resources. It is also called deployment engineer, implementation engineer, or cloud engineer, whatever you want to call it, right? So you will get all those details as a low level diagram जहां पे आपको सारी details दी होगी. Okay, using this region, use this resource group. If it is not there, then create a resource group. उसमें create a virtual machine, 2 virtual networks, 3 subnets. Now what's our virtual network and subnets? I'll cover that, don't worry. 5 virtual machines, उसमें से 2 prod के हो गए, 3 non-prod हो गए. इनका ये नाम होगा, उस पर आईपीज ये रेंज का होना चाहिए, और स्पेसिफिक आईपी भी दिया जाएगा आपको. यू जस्ट हैव टू इम्प्लीमेंट. That is the role we are targeting for you, which is easy to do, right? But it's not necessary that always you'll get the same. Sometimes we are targeting for implementation engineer, but they have support में opening. Someone who is okay with support, it's okay. That person can do it. Package वगैरह में कोई issue नहीं होने वाला है, right? It's just a choice of work. In fact, I personally feel support में ज्यादा learning है, implementation में उतनी ज्यादा learning नहीं है. Why? I tell you. Because as an implementation engineer, I will give you task. For example, I give task to you guys that create a machine, and that it should have this size, it should have this GB of RAM, and I check that task after 2 or 3 days. The moment when you're creating that, if you do something wrong, if something goes wrong, you don't have to troubleshoot. You can simply delete that machine and create a new machine. Why? Ultimately, you have to give me an output after 3 days. उस 3 days में आप day 1 पे कर लो, last day पे कर लो, किसी मशीन को डिलीट करके फिर से बना लो. No one is bothering you, right? Similarly, as an implementation engineer, you get a task that, let's say your tech lead has got a task. You have a team of 4 engineers, that you have to create 100 virtual machines in 15 days, and you have to submit it to client. Now, in this 15 days, with 4 engineers, all of them can distribute it together. All of them can work maybe 3 machines a day, 4 engineers, और वो सारे के सारे 100 मशीन को 2 दिन में बैठ के बना ले. They can do that initial 2 days में, और remaining days आराम कर ले. और they create those machines in last working day. जब हैंड ओवर करना उसे 1 दिन पहले बना ले, बाकी पूरा हफ्ता आराम कर ले, पूरे 14 days आराम कर ले. नो वन इज बॉदरिंग देम. मतलब लिटरली ऐसा नहीं होता, थोड़ा बहुत प्रोग्रेस रिपोर्ट ऑब्वियसली भेजनी होती है आपको, बट आई एम टेलिंग यू कि इसमें कोई जो है आपके पास टाइम बाउंड नहीं होता इस तरह से, दैट यू हैव टू सॉल्व इट देयर एंड देन ओनली. So what you guys do, or what implementation engineers do, they don't troubleshoot a lot. Let's say that out of 100 machines, I've created 90, and now I am on 93rd machine. 91, 92 भी बन गया, 93rd machine. 93rd machine बन गया मेरा. 94th machine, let's say 94th machine I've created, and before I submit the report, 94th machine is created. I just want to go ahead and check the RDP, whether everything is working fine or not. Last check I want to do. And then I realized that RDP is not working. Now look at this, guys, how much time it is taking to troubleshoot RDP. This is ongoing since like 5 minutes, right? Or abhi to maine trouble shooting ki bhi nahi hai. When we start troubleshooting, it may take 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour. So what is easy task for you? Doing the troubleshooting, or simply delete that machine and create a new one? Which one would you think you should do?
Delete and recreate.
Yes, because no one is asking you, there's no data, this machine is not live, it is not in production. No one knew about this machine unless you submit it, किसी को पता भी नहीं चलने वाला है. So you delete it, you create a new machine. RDP is working fine. Why should I waste my 1 hour, extra 1 hour? And when you go to actual work, तब तो आपको ये click करके भी machine नहीं बनाना होता है. You will have to create a machine using the script, right? So you don't even have to do that. So why would you troubleshoot? तो troubleshooting implementation इसमें वैसे ही कम आता है. So if you get a support वाला job, don't hesitate. People who are not people who do not have issues with shift and etc., do not leave troubleshooting wala or support wala job. You get to learn a lot over there. Yes, in implementation में क्या होता है ना, shift वगैरह नहीं होती है, कोई weekend पे काम करने नहीं बोलेगा आपको ज्यादा. Why? Because as I explained, this is the nature of their work. They get a target of 15 days, 1 month कि इतना इतना resource आपको बनाना है, submit करना है, simple. But when you go to support, कोई प्रोडक्शन सर्वर अगर रात के 10 बजे भी डाउन हो गया, you will have to fix it. It is impacting the production, it is impacting the business. फ्लिपकार्ट का अगर कोई सर्वर डाउन हो जाता है जिससे उसका सेल में इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है, so they will ask their engineers to fix it, no matter what time it is, weekend, weekday, whatever it is. They want it to be fixed for sure. But they are planning a new website after a month, जिसके लिए आपको 100 सर्वर देने हैं 25 दिन में. So on 20th day or 12th day, no one is teasing you कि नहीं यार 2 घंटे एक्स्ट्रा कर लो और एक और सर्वर बना लो. No, that is not happening. As far as you have planned well, and if you think you'll be able to deliver it properly on given time, no one is bothering you. Plus, you don't have any dependency on client or user or anything. Even if your client is situated in US, आपको काम मिल गया, आप यहाँ पर अपने इंडिया टाइम में कर लो, रिपोर्ट सेंड करते रहोगे बस. 10 machines created, these are the IP address, these are the user ID and password, please check. It's handed over from our side. User will check, कोई इशू आ रहा है तो कभी कभार कनेक्ट करते हैं, अदरवाइज ओके, हाँ 10 machines fine, submitted, right? So that is the implementation engineer role, and but there are roles of support also. But आप जब support के लिए जाओगे, so these questions will definitely come. ठीक है. और एज एन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन इंजीनियर भी ये क्वेश्चन आ सकते हैं कि यार आप 200-300 मशीन्स बनाते थे तो यू मस्ट बी फेसिंग प्रॉब्लम. ऐसा तो नहीं होता है कि पूरे 200 या 300 मशीन्स जो है एकदम स्मूथली बन जाते हैं, राइट? सो व्हाट ट्रबल शूटिंग स्टेप्स डिड यू डू? सो टू आंसर दैट क्वेश्चन गाइस, प्लीज फॉलो दिस सेक्शन, diagnose and solve problem. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Any doubts, any questions, guys?
No.
Okay, if you don't have any questions, let's go ahead and check what can we cover now. Under disk, we have covered everything. Guys, please make sure that you complete your networking videos, because there are many topics I want to start. For example, connect. We have to do connect also. But what is Bastion? How would you use it? I will not be able to explain it to you unless the networking part is clear. Let's cover activity log, and one more log is there. Yes, activity log as of now we'll cover. The other log I'll show it to you. Okay, so it's very simple. Activity logs. What is activity logs, guys? For any resource. As of now, guys, we are working on virtual machine. Hence, I'm always talking about virtual machine, but it is not the only resource. Understand? We'll be working on networks. We'll be working on storage. We'll be working on PaaS services. So all of those are resources. फिलहाल virtual machine है, इसलिए I'm always talking about virtual machine. So we'll go to the resource, in this case, virtual machine. Then click on activity log. What is the activity log, guys? It is nothing but whatever activities have been done, that you will see here, right? Now, the things which you need to remember, that the time span. Question में हमेशा time span आता है. That what is the maximum time I can go back? मुझको देखना है कि ये machine किसने बनाई थी. This machine is created a year back, and I want to see who created. First thing, let's see what all can you see activity log में. You can see operation name. What does it mean? कि किसने मशीन बनाई, किसने स्टॉप की, किसने उसमें से कोई डिस्क निकाल दी, किसने कोई डिस्क ऐड कर दी, किसने क्या किया, ये सब कुछ आपको दिख रहा है. दैट इज अंडर ऑपरेशन. हाउ वाज इट? Was it resolved? Was it succeeded? Was it failed? Did someone try to delete my machine and it got failed? I will get that here. Okay. कितना टाइम लगा उसमें? Right? What was the time? When did you do it? When did you do it? What did you do? What is the status? How much time it took? When did you do it? Obviously the subscription. And then the most important question, that who did it? If a machine gets deleted, let's say nowadays you guys have owner access, right? Several people have owner access on subscription. Now Sunil complains that someone has deleted my machine, and no one is saying that I did it. Now I say 5 people have access who can literally delete. जिनके पास access नहीं है उनका वो तो question में ही नहीं आते, ठीक है? जिसके पास एक्सेस नहीं है, they are out of question. So Sunil says that someone has deleted my virtual machine. So I'll go to the resource group. Obviously, there is no virtual machine, so I can go to virtual machine. If Sunil would have said someone has stopped my virtual machine, then I would go to virtual machine. Instead of going to resource group, I'll go to virtual machine and then check activity log. So activity log आपको resource level पे भी दिखेगा, resource group level पे भी दिखेगा, subscription पे भी दिखेगा. Okay. And here I can come and I can check who did that. So created the machine. Who created that? Prabhat created that. Now I see it's not only create, it's create or update. Okay? Even if you do some update, you'll see it here. Now the question was time span. I want to see this machine. I remember this machine was created 1 year back. My question is, can you please check and confirm who created this machine? So what do you think, guys? Can I go ahead and confirm that? Who created this machine?
Yes, in time span we can custom.
Okay, let's see. So this is the question and very important. What does it say?
The start time cannot be more
3
than
months.
Yes. So this is something which you have to remember. Activity logs. What is the time span for activity logs, which we can see?
Last 3
Maximum
months.
3 months,
90.
not beyond 3 months, 90
days.
days. Yes. ठीक है, इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चन ये है, बाकी सब नहीं आने वाला है उसमें कि ऑपरेशन नाम क्या होता है, कुछ नहीं आता है. डेफिनेटली फेवरेट क्वेश्चन यही होता है, व्हाट इज द टाइम स्पैन. नाउ लुक एट दिस. 3 weeks ago किसने क्या किया था? I can check everything here. It's not only people who do that. See, Azure Lab Services. अब Azure से भी कुछ ना कुछ होता रहता है. Maybe they are changing something. ठीक है, it keeps happening. So you can check all the logs here. You can use the filters as well. For example, now I'm at the resource level, right? I want to check with the operation type. मुझको ये नहीं चेक करना है कि इस मशीन पे किसने क्या किया. मुझको ये चेक करना है that. Let me show you one operation. I want to check, has someone removed any canonical support plan? So no one has done that, but I'm showing it to you that this activity log, it is not only resource based, you can do it operation based as well. You can do it event initiated by. Forget that. I just want to check, I'm terminating some employee, right? I want to check that employee before leaving, what has he done? I don't have that patience कि मैं सब जाकर हर एक मशीन को चेक करूं. Forget patience, it's not only it is not even sensible, right? So I want to see that what all he has done before leaving my organization, what all he has done. So I can come to activity. Okay. Now the resource group is this, subscription is this. I want to see what all actions he has initiated. So as of now, he has not initiated any action in my subscription, hence I'm not able to see. If you want to check it with my name, then you might see a few of them. Now, this is not the ID I use, I guess. Resource group. And here, if you want, you can add more filters. Look at this. Now, this is not a resource specific. Now it will show whatever I have done, irrespective of the resource. उस resource group में मैंने कुछ भी कर दिया है ना, delete करके कुछ ये भी कर दिया था, that I created a machine and I deleted, so no one should know, वो भी आ जाएगा यहाँ पर. Right? And you can add more filters as well if you want. You can add more filters. Whatever filters you want, you can add here. जितने भी filters आपको चाहिए, you can keep on adding. So this is your activity log, guys. Even severity, this one you can go ahead and check once. एक बार आप इसमें चले जाओगे ना, then you will understand this. You can download it as a CSV, as an Excel file में आपको चाहिए report भेजनी है किसी को, or you want to segregate it. इसमें से कुछ हाईलाइट करना है, कोई पाई चार्ट बनाना है, कुछ करना है, you will require this one as an Excel file. Download it. Now you have a downloaded copy of this. You can open this, you can work on this, you can highlight something, you can delete something, किसी चीज को bold कर लिया, कोई पाई चार्ट वगैरह कुछ बना लिया, as in readable data आपने इसको बना लिया. See, this is how it looks, the raw data, right? You obviously cannot send something like this to your management. You will have to give some headings, numbers, इसमें से आपको क्या चाहिए, क्या नहीं चाहिए, मैनेजमेंट को कितना भेजना है. एग्जांपल सब्सक्रिप्शन सब में सेम है, सो व्हाई डू यू वांट इट, राइट? सब्सक्रिप्शन को निकाल दो. लेवल क्या है, सबका इंफॉर्मेशनल लेवल है, व्हाई डू यू वांट इट. कैटेगरी क्या है, राइट? स्टेटस यू डोंट रिक्वायर. सो समहाउ लाइक दिस. रिसोर्स के एक्चुअल नेम आपको नहीं चाहिए, रिसोर्स का जो एक्चुअल नेम था, मे बी यू विल जस्ट टाइप अ सिंगल नेम, ठीक है. एंड हियर इफ यू वांट ओनली फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर रिसोर्स ग्रुप, वैसे ही सारे टैग्स आप वहां पर भी लगा सकते थे, उसके बाद भी ये कर सकते थे. एज ऑफ नाउ इट्स ओनली फॉर दिस रिसोर्स ग्रुप. Fine. If I had multiple, then I can remove it from here. And this is how you can prepare a report and then share it with your manager or whoever is asking the report. I'm resetting the filters now. These are the default filters. Got it, guys? What is activity log?
Yeah.
Yes, guys. Any doubts? Any questions? Anyone? Activity logs. We have covered overview. We have covered, obviously, we have covered RBAC, which is also known as RIM. Tags we have covered. Activity log we are done with. Diagnose and problems. This is something you guys have to work with. Connect, I'll do it once we are done with our network session. In networking, obviously, after network session. Under settings, we have done with disk. Extension plus applications, we don't want to do it now. Operating system, it's okay. Configuration, fine. Advisor recommendation, this I will cover with monitoring. Properties we have covered. Logs we have covered. Size we have covered. Availability plus scaling we have covered. This I will cover later. Backup and disaster recovery, this will do once we are done with storage. Auto shutdown we have done. Run update we have done. Updates we will see. Policies, this is the policy I was talking about. Using this you can apply many things, but we will cover that later. Automation, we are not doing anything. So we are almost done here with the virtual machine, guys. Do you guys have any doubts, any questions?
Yesterday you asked one question that who can apply the logs at
Yes,
RBAC
Razak.
level.
Yes, I remember that we had assigned it to Razak.
Yes, Suhail bhai, yesterday actually I was having issue with I was having internet issue. So I won't be able to. I just created the ID in Friday.
No problem, yes. Just put the answer whenever you're done, put the answer in the group.
Sure, I'll do that.
And if you can put some POC also in with the answer, that would be more useful.
Okay.
That this
I'll
is the
share
user.
POC. I'll try and I'll share the POC in the group.
POC will do, or maybe if you find very particular article about it, that will also do. You don't have to spend time there.
Okay, sure.
Guys, understand one POC भी आप तभी दोगे ना जिसका एकदम exact available नहीं है कुछ, where you have to customize it. If something is readily available on Microsoft's website in their article, you don't have to create a POC then. Article का link दे तो it's more than enough. No matter how good we do, we cannot do it better than Microsoft. If Microsoft has created something on a particular topic, which is exactly relevant to your question, then you can share that. That's completely fine. Okay, guys, so any doubts in activity log?
No.
Yes, no, maybe. Okay. With activity log, let's quickly check, because it audit logs as well. And don't get confused between these two logs. Activity logs, what is the scope of activity logs, guys? Where all can I check activity logs?
Resource group and
Ongoing basis.
resources.
Yes, resource group, resources, subscription. Got it?
Yes.
Now, audit logs. Where can I check audit logs, guys? Audit logs are specifically for Microsoft Active Directory, sorry, Azure Active Directory, Microsoft Azure Active Directory, or which is known as Microsoft Entra ID. Now it is known as Entra ID. So if I go to Entra ID, I hope you guys did not forget Entra ID. We covered it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
For user creation and
Yes.
assigning
For
the role.
user creation, etc. And look at this, diagnose यहाँ पर भी है. But don't get into this. Entra ID पे ज़्यादा काम मत करो आप लोग. You guys won't get many questions. Now look at this. Under monitoring, we have audit logs. What do you think किस तरह का information मिलेगी हम लोगों को audit logs में?
When was user created in a group, security group get created? What was the access provided to them?
Yes, simple. Same things here we have. Let's talk about the range. Look at this. What is the maximum time I'm getting, guys?
90 days.
Yes. This is
Why,
definitely
Arjun?
this is
30
definitely a
days it
must
is.
ask question, right? This is definitely a must ask question. That how many days do you get? कितना पुराना डेटा मुझको मिल सकता है? And this is not a hard stop. You can get the old data also, but उसके लिए कुछ और settings है. That we'll see later. As of now, we are talking about the default options, right? So what kind of logs do I get here? किस तरह का information मुझको मिलता है? Simple, that who created a user, who deleted a user, किसने किसका password change किया है, किसने किसको delete कर दिया है, all those information I will see here. Was it failure? Was that successful? Who started that? So all that information, date and time, obviously, that at what date, at what time, Suhail performed these actions, or someone else performed these actions, who deleted the user, who created the user. That information you do get here. Let's say status. I want to see all the success status, because जो fail हो गया, it's okay. I don't want to bother about it. किसने क्या क्या कर लिया, which got succeeded between this date. Right? So I see nothing here because target is date range is okay, services all, activity all. If I remove this one, I see maximum failure. That is the reason the moment I remove failure, look at this, all failed. This one. Why? Because mostly I've not done anything on Active Directory. All these are system initiated. They tried doing something, it got failed. Tried doing something, it got failed. If you want to check something, you can open it and check that what exactly was done. Updated user. What was the status? It failed. But who was the target? This user was the target. This ID was the target. What was the modification? Some modification included, updated, etc., etc. New value. ठीक है. What is the old value? यहाँ पर old value. अगर ये success वाला कोई आप करके देखोगे ना, let's do it on Sunil's this one. So let's go to Microsoft Entra ID. Let's go to audit logs. In last 24 hours, this is what we have seen. Look at this. What was done? Activity type क्या था? Add member to group. Group में कोई member add किया क्या है? ठीक है? Category group manager user. Who did it? I did it. Who was the target? This is a new user I created, and I added that user to a group. So that user should have the reading access to the ownership of subscription. Okay. See, this is the target user. This is what I did. Object ID. It won't have any new value, old value. Why? Because I just added that user to a group. If you want to check and look at this add new user. I added that user first. Who's done it? I have done it. Status successful. What was the activity? I added a user. Which was the user? This is the user. Modify the property. There is no old value. Obviously, that's a new value. Now let's try, and if we can delete someone, let's check. Okay, so I think this user is not practicing anymore. So I'm deleting. Now if I go here under audit logs, let's wait for a minute or so. It will take some time to appear here, but then now you will see that someone has deleted a user. I'm just refreshing it. Yeah, otherwise it would have appeared in last 24 hours also. Yeah, अभी किया तो last 24 hours में cover हो जाएगा. I'm just selecting 7 days and this one just to refresh the database. That's it. Okay, so let's come back in some time and then we'll see under audit logs. You should see here today's date that someone has deleted the user. So which is the user, and you will see all that details. And if you want to see the changes as well, that one also you can check. In fact, you guys can do it yourself as well. Go ahead, create a user, make some changes in that user, and then you will see that that log will appear here. So if for example, if I go ahead and is this your user, Razak? Test one?
No, it's my, I created test one.
Okay, I'm changing the password for this, Sunil.
Yeah,
You can
sure.
change it again. You can obviously use your ID and come here and reset the password. So I've reset the password. I've reset the password here. And then now if I go to audit logs, here because we have multiple filters, hence we are not able to see that. You have to work on all the filters, etc. Monitoring, audit logs. Look at this. Delete user आ गया. Now password reset भी आ जाएगा थोड़ी देर में. Delete user. User management was the category. Status was successfully. Action was deleted user. Who did that? It was done by using my ID. This is my IP address. I use this IP address. Okay. Who was the target? This was the target. Was this user? Can you see? Fateh, this user. It was a target. What did we do? It's a hard delete. There is no new value. Okay. It's delete. It cannot be recovered now. Done. So this is how you guys can check the logs. So if someone is talking about, here it is, one more, this one, reset password. Look at this. This is password by admin, this user management. Who was the target? Test user. Modify the property. We did not modify any property. Right? Password is not something which you'll see here. Ki old password tha, new tha. You'll never see that. Property you can see. I changed the person's name. अगर ऐसे कुछ करता हूँ वो यहाँ पर दिखेगा. His location was Pune. Then I changed it to Mumbai. So you'll see location, old Pune, new Mumbai. This is how you will see. Understood, guys? What is audit logs? What are activity logs?
Yes. Soil bhai, I have one query.
Hmm.
ये जो वर्चुअल मशीन जो हम लोग क्रिएट कर रहे हैं वो मोस्टली जितने भी मतलब ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है वो बेसिकली सारे सर्वर सेलेक्ट कर रहे हैं हम लोग, राइट?
राइट
तो मतलब हमारी केस में ऐसा मतलब क्योंकि मोस्टली जो सपोर्ट वर्क में मैं काम कर रहा हूँ वहाँ पे मतलब जो वर्चुअल मशीन क्रिएट होता है, जो वीडीआई क्रिएट होता है, तो वो वहाँ पे जो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम वो डायरेक्टली अलग चीज़ पे ये आ जाता है। वहाँ पे कुछ मतलब कोई एक सिंगल सर्वर होता है जिसके ऊपर वो मल्टीपल वीडीआईज क्रिएट होते हैं। तो ये वाले कॉन्सेप्ट में थोड़ा मैं कंफ्यूज था, तो आप बता सकते हो मतलब ये क्या होता है VMware और वीडीआई में डिफरेंट क्या होगा?
I think someone already asked this question, right? And we did answer this. VDI is a different thing. VDI it's altogether a different topic जिसको हम कवर भी नहीं कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर. VDI का पेपर भी अलग होता है. Azure एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर का है आपका AZ 104, VDI का है 140. VDI का I'll share this link with you. इसमें डिटेल में आपको समझा देगा एग्जैक्टली VDI क्या होता है, कैसे ये होता है, किस तरह से बनाया जाता है. But you don't have to worry about it. And if that is your current profile, don't don't try to correlate that here. You'll get confused. What you have to do is you have to focus on what we are doing here, and you will have to explain this, because if you explain कि आपने VDI में काम किया है, then वो एक अलग रोल के लिए आप चले जाओगे. But answering your answer in answering your question in short, it's almost same thing. It's almost same thing. But VM में हम लोग dedicated resource use करते हैं, right? VDI में it's something that आपने एक सर्टन सॉर्ट ऑफ रिसोर्सेज को ले रखा है और उसी में आप डिप्लॉय करते जा रहे हो इमेजेस. बहुत ही लिमिटेड हार्डवेयर होता है उसमें, बहुत ही लिमिटेड जो है रिसोर्सेज ले रखे होते हैं, बिकॉज नॉट ऑल ऑफ देम आर यूजिंग एट द सेम टाइम. वीडीआई में क्लाइंट मशीन होता है, तो क्लाइंट मशीन को वैसे ही उतने हेवी रिसोर्स लगते नहीं है. बट व्हेन यू से दैट यू आर वर्किंग एज अ क्लाउड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर, so most of the time, maximum request, I mean, forget maximum, I'll say 99.99 times, you'll have to work on server. फिर डेस्कटॉप पे आप लोग काम ही नहीं करोगे. डेस्कटॉप यहाँ पर डिप्लॉय का आपको कभी कोई टास्क नहीं आएगा. आई हैव नेवर सीन इट येट. इतने लंबे एक्सपीरियंस में मैंने कभी नहीं देखा है कि किसी क्लाइंट ने कोई क्लाइंट मशीन डिप्लॉय करने के लिए बोला है. इट नेवर हैपेंड. एंड अगर होता भी है तो देन अगेन दैट विल गो टू VDI. इट विल नॉट कम टू यू, राइट?
राइट.
बट
जैसे कि
अगर
मेरे यहाँ पे दो क्लस्टर है जो बेसिकली बड़ी सर्वर है, उन्हीं का मेरे मतलब उन्हीं का जो है रीइमेज किया गया है. तो
हाँ
मैं
राइट.
बस वही चीज अंडरस्टैंड कर रहा था, मतलब उसी चीज
that
को
will do
ढूंढ रहा था.
that will do when we create one एक ये करेंगे ना वर्चुअल मशीन स्केल सेट, तब मैं बताऊंगा. बट अगेन आई विल नॉट शो इट एज अ VDI. आई विल शो इट टू यू that using one image how do you create multiple servers. उसी को आप जो
राइट.
एक्सट्रापोलेट कर सकते हो आपके VDI वाले इस पे. बट डोंट गेट इनटू दैट. VDI वाले पे ज्यादा फोकस मत करो एज फार एज दिस कोर्स इज कंसर्न, एंड एज फार एज इंटरव्यूज आर कंसर्न, द फ्यूचर इंटरव्यूज. ठीक है. बाय द वे, एंड इफ यू वांट टू डू, जब मशीन सिर्फ एक वर्चुअल मशीन बनानी है, आपको VM बनाना है यूजिंग अ क्लाइंट ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, यू कैन डू दैट फ्रॉम हियर आल्सो. बट दिस इज नॉट VDI. VDI एक अलग टेक्नोलॉजी है. VDI इज समथिंग एल्स. बट अगर आपको एक VM बनाना है यूजिंग अ क्लाइंट मशीन, दैट यू कैन डू हियर आल्सो. इट्स ये ऐसा नहीं कि यहाँ पर सारे ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम जो है सर्वर्स ही है. लेट्स सी इफ यू कैन फाइंड विंडोज 10 हियर. Here, can you see? यहाँ पर भी आप क्लाइंट मशीन बना सकते हो. बट इफ आई सेलेक्ट ए क्लाइंट मशीन हियर, यहाँ पर अगर मैं क्लाइंट मशीन को सेलेक्ट करता हूँ ना, तो ये मेरा VDI नहीं बनेगा. दिस इज अगेन गोइंग टू बी अ VM. सो डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज कि अगर क्लाइंट है तो VDI है, सर्वर है तो VM है. नो, what we are doing is creating VM. Creating VDI, it's something different. ठीक है.
ओके, थैंक यू.
So VDI, it's something different which we are not going to cover now, and not in this course in fact. VDI is something different completely. We will be focusing on virtual machines. Guys, only 30 seconds are left in this session. We'll take a break of 5 minutes and we'll start a new topic. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, any doubt, please do ask. I'll see you at 12:25.